In those infamous words of Pearl Jam, I'm still alive! So yeah, welcome back to more Alive. We are heading into disc 2 out of 3. And if you recall last time, we managed to make our way out of the flea market with a much more cumbersome PDA device. Narrowly averted getting, burgled by a young child, as we can see in the screen there. And we managed to kill Mr. Goatee. He was full of Jolly Ranchers, so yeah, I guess relatively outside of the murder rap that she has, Atsuko, might be able to get a little bit of a reprieve. So let's go ahead and pop in disc 2 using the magic of the emulator. Also, something that figure I'll see it in a bit. There's something else I figured out. We should be able to see it later. So, with the help of the friendly YouTube commenter, we've been able to get more and more of a distinct picture about what's going on here. Each of these 5 cut-off little boroughs in this prefecture, well, there was an event that happened 17 years ago. The heads of each one of the areas was murdered, and that's kind of happening again. And Atsuko is kind of being the scapegoat, similar to the scapegoat that was hung 17 years ago. Except that woman apparently wasn't hung because somebody is following her around. There's a lot of mystery going on here. And I do honestly want to commend the person for doing the whole Google Translate, because it is helping. But yeah, as we saw last time, the woman that was following Atsuko around was kind of really into her wind chime earrings, much the same way that clandestine Illuminati type gentleman with all the screens was doing. And even though Atsuko was able to get away from one stalker, it seems she has a brand new one waiting in the wings. The good news is that she does feel, a little bit calmer, since she did manage to get rid of the one person that was following her. She has decided to seek shelter in an apartment. I'm not 100% certain if this is her place or maybe Akira's place. I think they might be an item, if you will. Definitely a lot of older technology, a lot of musically inclined furniture. Also, it looks like there might be a storm a-brewing, both literally and possibly metaphorically, or even politically. Either way, Atsuko's just wanting to relax a little bit. Meanwhile, back at the wall of TVs and a console that I would assume was a prop used in any number of Sentai shows. That weird clandestine individual is, I guess, realizing that that woman that was supposed to have been hung 17 years ago is magically back to life. Also, Suka seems to be having a memory, a flashback of what I can only assume to be a birthday with that very large cake, where I guess things were a bit simpler between her and Akira. He's like, hey, it's okay. I'm sure you'll never be convicted of murder. Just wrongly accused. But the good thing is that Akira did not explode on that scale model train. He's still, relatively safe. Now we do have another discussion here with him. Don't really know what these options do, so just make a decision. Which leads to a very short conversation. Seems he was making some small talk about our PDA, but I don't know, maybe he was concerned about that falsified call that we had gotten that led us into that hotel room trap. But we do send him some of the information we've gotten. It's just, with that very well-placed gunshot that somehow managed to dislodge his card, he's back on the lam again. But while Akira deals with his own mess, we do have probably a new piece of news here. Love car. So, looks like we can get a little bit of information about that flea market we visited previously. And it's important enough that we should save that information. Now, the other thing that I realized was, last time with the Assassin's card, we were able to use this security pass and get a little bit more info on him. And I realized, wait a minute, we also have that other guy, like the guy we supposedly murdered, we have his card too. That's our card. It's this one. And that actually unlocks more secret data. Possibly outlining, I guess, his poor, or his inability to do his job. I don't know. Just backstory that we might learn later in the YouTube comments. But yeah, just a little bit of information there. Still, for right now, I guess we're just gonna have to wait around for Akira to come back still. And while we wait, there's a few other items of interest in the apartment here. It's a very cumbersome computer setup. I mean, maybe if you're really good at 10 key, you could probably make use of a very tiny keyboard like that. And there's a lot of reading to be done here. Don't really think it's very useful to us because, can't read it. I think it's mostly backstory for the terrorism that happened, back in 2003. The A, B, C, D, E, those are the different little regions in this area, and the names off to the side and the ages of the people that ran those districts, I assume. The supposed murderer, or the woman that was blamed for the terrorist bombings. Also Earth. Then I'm assuming, well, I guess Earth might have been the terrorist organization she was a part of, because you can also see Earth referred to there. Then I think the APB was put out on her to try to locate her. And then inevitably death by hanging. Supposedly death by hanging, because, she is still out and about. looking for earrings. So we see a memo here that seems to be fairly recent, but yeah, nothing we can really, discern. So, let's see what else we can do in the old apartment here. Well, speaking of earrings, it appears that Atsuko has something of an affection towards, I guess, wind chime earpieces. I mean, I think that would honestly bother me to have something constantly tingling by my ear. Strange thing is, the earrings that she was wearing, she apparently only had one. I don't recall if she had lost one during any of the kerfuffle that had been going on. I guess maybe the kid could have stolen it from her? Yet again, that was, kind of lost in that weird choppy cutscene. But, the bad news just keeps on rolling in. It seems that Atsuko has been given the same fate as that previous terrorist. And it looks like she's already been convicted, and she's going to have death by hanging. So hopefully we can keep that from happening to her. But yeah, after all that running around and policeman blood that I'm sure we've been coated in, seems as good a time as any to take a shower. Assume this is probably metaphorical for washing away your sins or just having a relaxing little time. But yet again, it does bring up odd focus onto her earrings. Maybe it's just questioning the fact that she's wearing earrings in the shower. Do people do that?
Akira?
But we have bigger problems than earrings and tinnitus, or no? It's fine. Yeah, we have bigger problems here. It seems we are being assailed by a mysterious stranger in the apartment. Even though we don't have a gun currently on us, Atsuko still is pretty able-bodied in taking down this gentleman. And this is definitely a much more action-oriented little section here. Now, what is Atsuko going to do? Hey, why don't we just light the apartment on fire? That makes no fucking sense. I mean, at least it does distract this guy for a little bit, but let's see if we can't distract him in some other more painful way. Yeah, that works. He's also got the most cumbersome night vision goggles I've ever seen. I mean, it's more like he's going to go take an eye exam and he just stole that from the optometrist. I will say, though, the guy is pretty fucking persistent. Especially for how many fucking bullets he seems to take. Ow. Seriously, dude, just stay down. Now, here you think maybe we might have blinded him or something and he just doesn't see us? No, he's just fucking with you. Oh man, you are not getting the security deposit back in this place. Yeah, I fully admire the stunt work that has gone into this scene, and the choreography. It's actually like a, you know, pretty well made direct-to-video type of deal here, rather than just a, hey, it's an F&V game. I guess in retrospect, though, that shower was kind of a waste of time.
Akira, 助けて。
It's here that we reveal to Akira that, well, his apartment's probably fucked. But at least we're fine, right? Yeah, we give him a rundown of what just happened. It's quite action-packed. Yeah, yet again, we were assaulted by a very resilient assassin. Still no idea if maybe they're working for JBS or they're a part of the security forces. It seems strange because, at least in the public eye, we, I guess, should be aiming for a hanging, but instead they, I don't know. I'm not really sure why they would want to keep Atsuko's death under the rug, unless this is some outside force.
警察本部の発表によりますと、行方不明になっていた大田邦明 B 地区長が先ほど死体で発見されました。セキュリティ車の監視カメラが記録した映像により、犯人は A 地区長殺害容疑で指名手配中の川田敦子20歳と判明しました。警察とセキュリティ車の監視システムにより、川田敦子捜索の輪は狭められています。
Yeah, still seems like JBS is up on all the latest news from PoliceNet. Atsuko is still definitely wanted for murder. To make matters worse, seems like Akira has also been labeled a murderer as well. I mean, has he been doing things that we don't know of? I mean, when he was on the train, and I guess they kind of want to put him in the same boat as Atsuko, but yeah, I don't know. They don't really have the same amount of evidence against him that they seem to supposedly have against Atsuko. Either way, seems like an odd time for them to allow you to save, but we'll take that opportunity. But yeah, since Akira's place is no longer safe, and, you know, it was partially on fire and there were a bunch of gunshots, we are back to being on the lam again. And yeah, this is just kind of a big guessing game about which way to go. That's okay, because we have a supposedly never-ending supply of bullets. And I'm assuming that there probably was not a really wrong way to take in that area. Maybe just one section would maybe have a QTE instead of a gunfight. So we got a large tower. So mention the police. Maybe this is like police headquarters? And we have this gentleman. Have we seen him before? I'm assuming he is the head of the B district. I guess that would make sense. See, mention of a university, so maybe he's a professor. So we have all that information on him saved away. The question is whether or not he is currently dead or if he's someone we can talk to. I'm assuming that since we don't have his card, like this nerd here, we can't really get any information on him. But oh yeah, we once we killed that assassin there, and wow, they do have animal-themed jackets of sorts. Yeah, much like the other assassin, we can use that security cipher thingy, and we can unlock secret data. So that's good. Probably just more direction about, hey, you need to go kill Atsuko. But now this original data thing is unlocked for Morimoto here. And it shows he died in 2003. Then who did we kill in 2030? Also, we now have original data for Ryuichi. And likewise, he died back in 2003 as well. So why are two dead people trying to kill us? And yeah, I mean, it says he should be 32, but it's 2030, so he should actually be 60. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to figure that out later. We're too busy fucking shooting the police. Yeah, take that, stupid. So, things, I think, are going to get a little bit harder. Because I think the QTEs in this coming up section are, I think, very, very unforgiving. I guess would probably be the best word for it. So I will try my best not to mess these up too much, but we shall see. I mean, at least I guess the good thing is they won't really change, so... Yeah, I'm not doing too good. What the fuck? Alright, so did it that time, I guess. Hopefully you guys will enjoy watching Atsuko die way too many times in this section. So we get followed by the A-team of the VWP. Now, I will say, in this, the driving in this section, at least for the camera work, man, well, obviously Itsuko is a professional driver, but these are really tight roads. Ah! So we're gonna be making 2 lefts, and I guess down is braking. Definitely, we're gonna be needing that on the chicane. Yeah, a lot of ways this game kind of reminds me of a Sega CD FMV game called for Kamen Rider. It was very strange to me as a kid because Kamen Rider was not really a well-known thing at the time. It was just I was really hungry for any Sega CD games because I made the mistake of asking for a Sega CD and didn't really have too many options, so I played, you know, things like Sewer Shark and Ground Zero Texas and Vey. I mean, there were a few good games. You know, you had Lunar. Oops. Oh god. I shouldn't laugh, but it's great. Yeah, it was a very limited system, and honestly, it wasn't even the worst choice I've ever made as a kid with my video game choices. But I mean, Kamen Rider kind of stood out just because it was a lot better quality, and it was mostly because they literally just ripped a movie and they put some kind of controller inputs into it and kind of a UI on top of it, and they were like, hey, this is a movie, and you can kind of play it like a game. And that was kind of cool at the time. But it seriously mostly just press a direction whenever something happens. But at least in my dumb brain, it was like the best thing ever. Nope. Oh, thank God for save states, right? Because obviously there's no place to save in all this, so it's just kind of, you're going to keep on failing. I mean, they, at least for the braking parts, they do give you another try. So there's that at least. I think our right's coming up. Nope. Pretty sure I pressed that. Well, actually, it seems like we're getting further away from it, so there's that at least. Along what I can only assume is the curviest road in fucking Japan. Nope. Alright, so this is just going on longer than I thought. Good. Unless it's fucking resetting every time I have to brake. I don't think that's the case. Nope. Alright, managed to press buttons. Please let this fucking driving section stop. Yeah, that seems successful. Well, thank God it's the terrorists. Hurry, get in the Buick. Man, people are really bad shots. Honestly, from that range, they probably could have kept shooting and actually hit someone. Like the big-ass American car. So, I think these are guys from the Clandestine organization. It seems they have some questions for this supposedly dead woman. Still, after dying in obscenely large amount of times, we do get a little bit of a fucking reprieve, because holy fuck, that was hard.
Akira,
So, was Akira in like a Radio Shack? What was with all those TVs behind him? Maybe he's at JBS. Either way, a lot of danger and horrible failure happened this episode, but that's okay. It can't all be massively successful. Kind of open there for an opportunity to save, but nope. Look at that, you nerd. Also, I didn't even notice it, but her outfit's great. Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, she's got one of these like plastic stretchy pants and this weird top. Is that a fucking harpoon gun? What was that? Also, who are these people? Obviously not the security forces, because they're not wearing matching uniforms. They seem like they could be maybe Yakuza, since they're all, you know, these weird suits. Kind of weird at this point. They're not really giving us the whole creative or action option. It's just kind of Hey, just kind of beat the shit out of these guys when you get the chance. Yeah, those are harpoons, it looks like. Guess kind of the question is, who's helping Atsuko now? Or maybe not helping. Maybe these are JBS agents? It's hard to tell, all these suits just kind of run together. Or maybe they want to have a fist fight with her? Oh, of course, they just want to take her earrings. Earrings are a precious commodity in 2030. Meanwhile, in Midgard, or wherever that main city was in Final Fantasy VII, also, that actor looks very familiar. I feel like I've seen him in something. Something Japanese, obviously. So, terrorist lady, who's supposedly been dead, has been taken in by, I'm assuming, JBS. For reasons. And clearly it has something to do with Atsuko and her rockin' earrings. He says, earrings don't even work for you. Your head's too big. Much like his suit is way too big for him. He's like, instead, wear this brooch. And she says, thank you. My chest was feeling a little bare. Yeah, I'm still pretty lost on the secret of the earrings going on here. Also, still a bit confused about the title Alive. Maybe it's a question of, hey, how are these people still alive after I've shot them 30 fucking times?
Akira からもらったイヤリング取られちゃった。
Alright, hopefully now we can save. Or at least have a little bit of a breather. Yeah, Disc 2 has been just go, 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 action, 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 plot, 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 plot. Run a Volkswagen Beetle into a wall. mean, it's definitely thrilling. It's a lot more action than I fully anticipated. Also, still kind of a mystery about where Akira is at this point. But yeah, finally do get a chance to breathe. And yet another leader of one of the districts. I think she is in the C district. I'm assuming she is probably dead or inept. That seems to be the point of the JBS news cycle. And this is, I'm assuming, when one nerd turns into another nerd, or some kind of like process. Maybe there was like a nerd election and they're saying this Eggman got replaced by another Eggman. Also, are you looking for love? Contact Bluebird. Let's definitely save his number. Yeah, I think... Oh yeah, the explosive that blew up the train was ABC. It's always important. But yeah, I think that was everything. I don't think we got any new items. I mean, we did find out that we were being followed around by the dead, and we killed them again. That's always good. But yeah, I don't know. I think we've made some good progress. We figured out that earrings are the key to everything. That Asuko has a very tortured life, and she's apparently a stone fucking cold killer, no matter what, which is always good. We need more strong female protagonists. But yeah, for right now, hopefully you'll join me next time. I think we should be able to finish up Disc 2 then, and I will see you then.